Powerpuff! Powerpuff! Blossom, commander and the leader. Bubbles, she is the joy and the laughter. Buttercup, she's the toughest fighter. Powerpuff, save the day.
Hello everyone, this is Ninja Girl Soccer1 here with a brand new discussion video for you guys. Now, in the late 90s / early 2000s, there was this really fun, amazing show for kids on Cartoon Network called The Powerpuff Girls. And it was a very amazing show created by Craig McCracken and his wife. And it was a very beloved series for many, me included. A lot of children grew up with it and still love the series to this day. It's that good. And the middle of last year, I think it was revealed that there was going to be a Powerpuff Girls reboot. And that's what I figured I would discuss today. Some of the things that I'm looking forward to with it, what I'm hoping happens with it, just my random thoughts about the whole thing. Because, of course, recently we got some more footage of it and everything, and we got a reveal that it would be coming out in April, which is not that far from now, so that's cool. But yeah, when this reboot was first announced, what concerned me is that they were going to do it in the style of Dance Pants. I was so scared that they were going to do that because Dance Pants was really bad, in my opinion. For those who don't know what that is, Dance Pants was the Powerpuff Girls special that came out in 2014, had a totally different art style, which normally I could look past. However, the story of that special was really just all over the place. The girls were kind of out of character to me. For example, when they wanted to get something at a toy store, instead of just asking nicely, they started whining and crying in the store. Even Blossom, who was the mature one of the group, they started whining and complaining to the professor to please buy it, buy it, buy it. The Dance Dance Revolution thing, which is central to the whole plot of that special. But yeah, they kept whining and complaining, begging him to buy it, until they got their way. The Powerpuff Girls that I know from my childhood, I don't think would do that. Yes, they're only 5 years old, but I don't think they would act that way, from what I can recall. Not even Bubbles. So, yeah, that... And also, Bubbles had Ice Breath when that was a power that was exclusive to Blossom in the original series. The main reason, I guess, it didn't work is because the original creators, Craig McCracken and his wife Lauren, who I cannot remember her last name, and I apologize for that. She's actually the one behind My Little Pony, which I don't watch, but I know it's pretty big. So anyway, that's pretty cool for trivia. Yeah, they did not work on that. That's probably why it was not so good. But yeah. So I was scared when they announced this reboot that they were going to do that style for it. But when they finally released an image of it, I was pleasantly surprised. And, yeah. Here are the redesigned Powerpuff Girls. And as you can see, it is pretty darn faithful to the original. The lines and stuff, of course, are not as thick because it is updated animation. But I think they look pretty good. They're hardly changed, honestly. Bubbles just has the 2 hair ties you can visibly see, where in her original design you didn't. Buttercup has a cowlick, which is cute, and it actually suits her personality because Buttercup is the tough one, as most of you probably remember or may know. Blossom, she pretty much is exactly the same, except for her bow being a little rounder. By the way, Blossom is my favorite. Bubbles, second favorite, because Bubbles is adorable. But Blossom, well, she's wearing my favorite colors, and she's a cool character. So my color boxing anyway. But I was pleasantly surprised that this is the design they went with, and I'm happy with it. Now, recently, of course, there was the clips released, and there's been teasers on TV, and of course they revealed it's coming out in April, which is soon, which is cool. But there were some things that did concern me a little bit. First off, in one of the teasers, they were showing like the girl's room and everything, and it's totally different from the original. I guess that's not a huge thing, but I'm used to seeing the Powerpuff Girls room with the bed, with the blanket, with the 3 stripes to signify where each girl sleeps, and the headboard that says PPG on the back. That's just what I'm used to, but I guess the redesigned room isn't the biggest deal. But they were also, when they were demonstrating their powers in one of the teasers, they were showing something that was very, very weird to me. It was kind of like these Green Lantern objects that the girls summoned and attacked with. That was never one of the girls' powers in the original. I don't know. It looked very weird. Blossom used a stapler, I think. Bubbles, I think, used a teddy bear or something made of energy. All of these objects are made of energy like Green Lantern. It is the best way to describe that. Buttercup, I forget what she used. But yeah, she had one. She used the cannon in the brief teaser. And they never did that in the original, but whatever, maybe it'll work. I don't know. That was just kind of something that concerns me. The new theme song also was released, and it too kind of concerns me. They should have just stuck with the original, maybe. I don't know. But they're trying to make it updated for the new, younger audience, which I understand. But I don't know. They could have just kept the original. I think the original was fine. They did keep the original intro dialogue. You know, with the sugar, spice, and everything nice. These are the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. Blah, blah, blah. So they kept that. That is good. So we have that at least. Now as far as the actual clip, Don't Call Me Princess, that showed up Buttercup, I thought that it was pretty good. I mean, it was certainly a Buttercup's personality to not want to be called Princess when they were fighting this lumberjack villain who I think is new to the whole series. Yes, in fact, I know he is. There was never a lumberjack. So, yeah, there wasn't a personality. The animation looked okay to me. It wasn't terrible or anything like that. It seemed okay. Now, the one thing is definitely Buttercup's voice is noticeable in that clip because the original 3 girls who voiced the Powerpuff Girls did not return and they were not asked, which of course upset them and us, the fans. So, yeah, that is something that was kind of obvious. The girl playing Buttercup obviously was not E.G. Daily. I do not know the names of the new cast, forgive me, but it was clear that it wasn't her. Blossom, though, who we heard her voice in one of the little teasers, she said, "Come on, girls, let's go save the day." And it actually did sound very close to Catherine Cavadini. So I'm happy with that, because Blossom's my favorite. I didn't want her to sound too off. Bubbles, we heard her briefly as well. Clearly it's not Tara Strong, but you can tell they are actually trying. So I'm not going to hold that against the show that, oh, the original girls are not there. However, I do agree with most fans with the fact that it was very wrong that they were not approached to come and reprise the role, especially being they happily did so for the 2014 Dance Dance special. It was their original voice. That was the only good thing about that special. They happily did that, and it's not like, oh, they sounded too old. They sounded exactly the same as they did. So why they didn't approach them, I guess the only explanation would be money. But I think they would have happily done it anyway, because these characters are special to them, I'm sure. But, anyway, yeah, and they also returned for the Powerpuff Girls Rule that came out in 2009 to officially have a book end to the series, you know, a proper series finale. So, either way, though, They did what they did. Let's not hold it against the show. But overall, I am very cautiously optimistic. I'm hoping that it turned out to be quite good and enjoyable and funny, just like the original, and that these girls get introduced to a whole new generation and they love them as much as I did growing up. There's gonna be new toys, of course. There'll tons of them get bought. I might buy some. I had tons of Powerpuff Girls toys as a kid. I don't have any of them now, but yeah, there were so many of them back then, and I'm sure there's gonna be now with this reboot. But yeah, I'm really, really hoping for the best. I really hope Cartoon Network does not mess this series up, like with Teen Titans, because Teen Titans Go is just, ugh. Maybe to some it's funny, but when you look at the original, it's clear which series is much better anyway. I'm hoping that does not happen with this. I'm hoping it turns out to be fun and great. And I'm looking forward to it, and I probably will watch the premiere. But, yeah. That, I guess, is all I wanted to say. And if you have not seen the original Powerpuff Girls, give it a watch. It is an amazing cartoon. You will not regret watching it. It's so good. And, yeah, hopefully you guys can enjoy this new series. And I just really hope that it's not messed up. But, yeah. Until my next video, everyone, I will see you guys later.